that crap?
Sure. I kinda already forgot what it was.
That'll be $5,000.
Damn it.
Yes, now the market with it is over. I'm sure it's finished ventilating by now. Also, I'm finally starting to feel better. Just because my important merchant ruin doesn't mean I should be depressed about it forever. Honestly, I'm ecstatic about that. Now I feel depressed, I always ask myself this question.
Hold on.
Why are your eyes on the front?
I got it.
So we can move forward. Don't be sad about what's already happened. Be positive and be positive. I get it already.
We get it already.
I'm really getting sick of him.
Jeez.
Enough with your bullshit. Okay, what made it?
I'll leave the rest to you.
Alright. Ha! I turned on the light for you guys too! You might hurt yourself if it's dark.
Here.
No, go ahead! Go ahead! Well, at least you turn on the light. That's he's not useful. He's useful for something.
Nagito inside?
If he is, he's probably a corpse. In which case,
In which case, yay.
He said it wasn't his video message, but he probably escaped by now.
That was so much fire and smoke. And I thought I'd finally get to beat the crap out of him this time.
You can beat the crap out of his corpse.
You can. Well, why don't we go inside and see how it's doing?
I think technically he's a he, not an it.
Hajime, what happened?
Well, nothing happened, but I don't know why. My heart's racing. It won't settle down. It's almost like there was a massive fucking fire. I'm scared. You'll get over it. Take a salt tablet. It's an intense mouse is about to stab me. Stab me through my whole body. He could just get stabbed in the back by Nagato. No,
Sorry, that was me, guys.
No, that's not quite it. Then he gets stabbed again. Closer. I can't even
Get
budge.
stabbed straight through the heart. That's it. That's what it is.
I can't even budge. Feels like everything was still. He can't move because he's been stabbed. He's just like every one of his limbs got stabbed. And he's just pinned to a wall. I can't even move. Why do I feel this anxious? Who cares?
It's that.
No one gives a shit what you think, Hajime. It's about what I want to do.
It's
Those
the
fans
sixth
are not
sen-
on the fans.
It's the sixth sense that people have.
Well, no one's corpse is in here. That's actually the most shocking thing about this.
Oh
The
god.
charred door permeated through the It's actually amazing how much of those Monokuma survived.
For real, considering they're all cardboard.
I don't think we were actually able to see that far back into this place last time. What is this music?
Oh yeah.
I forgot about Nagato's murder soundtrack. Charred door permeated throughout the warehouse, and the air was so heavy that it was hard to breathe. The moment I stepped foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me.
Something smells.
What does it smell like? Burnt food?
Hey.
It's not me.
I am sorry.
I'm terribly sorry.
I just ripped a massive one.
You serious?
Huh? Miss Sonia, say it ain't so.
Alright. Nah, it's not that. It's like a smell I've never smelled before.
A smelly smell that smells smelly. Well, it makes sense that there's strange smells when a bunch of different things were burned. Even I'm not used to this much burning. Though I do know the smell of burning flesh. Oh, yep, someone's dead.
Hey, everyone. Did you know about that curtain?
Well, I did at the very least. I mean, we saw it before, but I can't forget about it because I can't forget about this place. You mean the curtain that was on fire, right? What do you mean, no?
I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's a space on the other side of it, too.
Yeah, that's what I said. See my fucking spotlight?
Yeah.
When I looked where Chiaki was pointing. There's still space beyond the burned town curtain. You notice how the Monokumas are all like falling towards that direction? Like they're not facing this way. It's like they're bowing to their burning god.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go see the corpse. Walk through a burned town curtain with slow, methodical steps. Never experienced such an oppressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help but hold my breath. And then, on the other side of the curtain, I saw a true source of the intense
small red
smell.
container that's throwing me off because it looks like a organ.
It does.
It looks like an organ.
It is someone's organ. I saw a true source of intense amounts that I've been feeling. A corpse! Just show me the corpse. Just show it to me. We know this is the whole thing. Oh man, it's that 17th student. God, that is a lot of... Hey! Hey, someone did it! Wow, that is... Okay, you know what? You know what? That might have been a bit much. Holy shit.
I mean, I
You
feel like
know,
that's probably how you would have gone about it.
That's a little bit less than gentle. Holy shit. Like,
yeah. He got a
why'd
little...
you stab his legs?
So he couldn't run away.
I don't think he could have run away in this situation. Holy
Nagato's crafty.
This is really fucked. So, what? Did someone beat him to death too? They stabbed one of his arms too, and then stabbed his hand. Jesus, this is fucked. This is... I think this might be one of the most fucked up scenes in Danganronpa so far.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough one.
Like, I hated Nagato, and I made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
But this one's, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd die, too. Also, they missed the little circle on his chest. They need to aim a little lower. Like, he had a target on him.
Yeah, they did miss the target a little.
By the time I realized, I was looking at the remains of Nagato Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. Yay, less voice for me. Time had already stopped.
Time doesn't actually do that.
So, you know what? If I'll be honest, if you come forward now, we'll still vote you out. But I'll give you a hug first. Like, good work, dude.
First.
But also, like, what the fuck? Like, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's fucked.
This is like, Nagato didn't deserve this. Byakuya maybe, but Nagato no. But your shock finally registered with
I don't know. Byakuya never actually tried to kill someone. Multiple times.
Well, yeah, but the first instance of us really interacting with him was him fucking up a crime scene and toying with bodies of my friends.
Yeah.
All for the sake of fun. A numb feeling
Yeah.
spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagato is dead. I feel like I should feel something, but...
His shoes are cool, though. You never get
yeah,
to see
you
his
never really
shoes.
see his shoes. They're kind of weird, though. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet. I didn't think Nagato would die. Why is there a dead Monokuma? Are you gonna laugh? What?
I think he's like me in stressful and like horrifying situations where when I'm really uncomfortable, I laugh.
It's very weird to me. Can I just say real quick? It's very weird to me that like we couldn't see this very, very gruesome scene until we got to the curtain. What's going on here?
You serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? Akane's like, I'm ready to fucking pummel this guy if he's faking it. I mean, it's Nagato, you know? That guy's fucking invincible.
I mean, in all fairness, she has a point. He is the most likely to fake it. Someone poke him with a stick.
Someone just... Poke, poke.
Also, the By Discovery also hasn't played yet, so...
Hold on. Where's Hiyoko when we need her? Just... Squeeze, squeeze!
That's
Nope,
right.
he's dead!
It's Nagato. He always messes with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. You know, the only thing that would make this better is if Soda did it. Because then, like... like, honestly, as gruesome as this is... Like, seriously, I still feel bad. But, like, my life's gotten a little bit better. Nagato ended up in such a cruel state. Nagato is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagato's body like this. Nagato probably thought the same. Well, to be fair, he didn't look at his body like this. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. Yeah, I think that's what really gets me, is he was screaming when he died.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this is a gruesome scene.
It's rough. It's a rough one.
Can I have
it's
his
my
jacket?
favorite.
But on the... oh, you appreciate that he's dead too.
I didn't appreciate the fact that he was dead. I appreciated the gruesomeness of it because up until now there wasn't really any that were super gruesome, and I was like, finally! Someone just lets out all their anger on someone. Like, this is more realistic to me. That someone would just be like, you know what? Fuck you. And this is what would happen. Like, this is pretty accurate
really
to what
wanna
real
know-
life would have
Here's
happen.
the thing. I have to ask, for starters, that knife, like, anyone else get some serious fifth case of the last game vibes? Like, just based on that knife alone?
Oh, because the last case in the other game had a knife stabbed into something?
Yeah, specifically like an army knife that looked pretty much exactly like this. And if that's the case, this isn't Nagato, but hey, I can dream. Even Nagato couldn't escape that truth. Doing something as small as that. If it's anything like the fifth case of the last game, that's not Nagato. It's actually Byakuya, which I will also accept.
Body has been discovered.
Well, at least he's dead.
Prove it. After a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin.
See, now I have to think of who would have killed him.
Don't tell me.
By discovery announcement. Then it's for real.
Hey,
You're reading
Sorry.
up on the case, aren't you?
No, I'm reading up on what my initial thoughts of it were. Then Nagato is really dead?
Damn it.
Also, I'd just like to put on screen again the text where I was so happy with delight when you said, Nagato's not gonna die. He's just, I know it in my soul. He's not gonna die. I was just, hold on, I sent that to Kai.
Yeah, because he was like the helper. And I'm honestly not mad about being wrong in this case. It's not just he's dead. It's not just that he's dead. The bar discovery announcement was made. Does that mean Nagato's hang on. Technically, it could have been a suicide. We can't rule that out.
Hold on!
This could have been
Could have killed himself somehow.
He just stabbed his arm, stabbed his legs, tied himself up, stabbed his other arm, then tied his hand, somehow stabbed his hand, and then dropped that thing on him. This is all a very elaborate plot to make us all die. Plus, it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? Technically, it might have been like Monokuma Monomi, if the last case is anything to go off of. It could have been the 17th student hidden somewhere on the island. Watch out for them. One of us killed him so brutally. Real quick, can we just bring up the Monokuma doll, the Monokuma that got straight up fucking shot? I want
One last thing before they killed Nagato, they were like, you know what, and fuck you too, Monokuma. Then it's going to start again.
Kind of already
I'm
started.
so fucking sick of this shit. The class trial is going to start soon, right? Then...
Yep, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagato's killer is.
What if I don't wanna?
Well, I'll kill you.
Fuck!
Then you're stuck with Nagato forever.
Yeah, shit, alright guys, come on, let's hurry up.
No matter who you gotta sacrifice, you gotta determine to survive and leave the island, right? Then the time for action is now. So allow me to give you a familiar Monokuma file.
Oh, I'm sorry, I almost used emotion. I was ready.
She actually gets like ecstatic, it's like Nagato's dead, and she's like really
Her
trying to
soul
hide
comes
it.
back into her body because Nagato is finally dead.
She really tries to hide it, like she wants to maintain that like no favoritism, but she's so happy he's dead.
Just
All right, there's your direction.
Hold it.
Scene.
Hold it right there.
What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way.
Okay, shut up. I can't stand this anymore. This is too great. This version of Monomi is fucked, and I love it. How much longer are you to keep putting them through this? Obviously, we need to give them a giant gold medal. No more. I won't let you.
Whoever did it this time, they don't get executed. They just get a trophy and
Giant
then
ass
executed.
Excuse me.
I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
hey,
Say something.
what's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monomi.
You just now noticed.
And there goes her soul. Anyway, Monomi, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? In killing Nagato! What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too. What, you know? I mean, you told us
Fuck you.
everything else. What? No fair. You're shutting up too. Well, she just went, I remember you're Monokuma. What the fuck?
That was my bit. Enough already. I'm
probably-
sick of this shit.
You probably beat the shit out of her.
We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagato. Can you two please stop being assholes?
Honestly, if Nagato's dead, I can die happy.
Please, do not say anything else that will confuse us. That's kind of their whole job anyway.
It was whoever it was probably randomly. I have no evidence to go off of, but it was likely whoever the traitor was.
They were like, yo, stop trying to expose me, bruh.
Chiaki, you did it! No, gang. I have no.
How fucking dare you? I take offense for her. How dare you?
Honestly, I actually have reason to believe she's the traitor, Because and Nagato was wrong about who the traitor was. I have reason to believe because she's the only one who was like, oh, fuck it, I'll go scan my thing. Like that, like she was, I think she had full confidence that it would work and just played it off cool when it didn't.
Huh? But I also missed Chiaki's line because you bypassed it.
She just said, please stop or something.
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right?
It?
Akane just floats in. It, you say?
Just like from the side of the screen. Did someone say it?
No?
She,
Okay.
she holds up the vibrating mini Maru.
As long as the killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't prevent it.
I know that's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice.
Woohoo! Looks like you kids are more well behaved than one of me!
Don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me! I'm tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time. Oh, does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Very.
Don't worry, the end is near!
Cool!
Because I'm getting bored of this shit too! Huh? The end?
What's the matter?
I just like that he always gets to 5 and then he's like, fucking, I'm so bored.
Yeah. I mean, after this many murders, it's like, I mean, you kind of know what's going to happen at this point. One of you kills the other. I killed the person you guys figured out. I killed that person. Like, at this point, it's kind of boring.
At some point, I'd like you guys to fucking lose.
Like, I really got to change things up, though. I mean, I had to kill Nagato. It was you. Fuck! Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You already noticed it, right? The fact that you got shot? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh?
No, that one says 31.75. So,
When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us?
boom!
The coming school trip will be over.
Hey,
Boom!
If this will finally be over,
serious?
does that mean we can go home? You are so...
Boom!
You really think it's that simple?
I like the idea that Akane is just in the background going, boom! Boom!
That's what she
Boom!
does every time it happens.
Yeah.
Shh. Don't catch your bass before the hatch. This is something you gotta do before that, right?
So you hatch. Interesting.
I like it. The Monokuma egg.
Mm-hmm.
So, once again,
Interesting.
The Monokuma file.
Da 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 da!
you guys need to find out Nagato's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all.
Your best.
Alright, Psycho, that was creepy. Go
I mean,
away.
he always says that.
I know, but it was creepy that time.
You
Hold
know,
on.
I won't forgive you.
Thought she was gonna say the actual line. I will let you escape this time, boy, right there. Her soul's gone.
What do
It's
you
gone
guys
again.
think? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think that we can go home, right?
Still, Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagato's case first.
Damn it.
Even if we go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
Right.
But let's hurry up and solve Nagato's case so we can so we can all go back home. I don't know where I got get from.
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito, so obviously one of us ain't going the fuck home,
How did
bitches!
blood get up there? What
I
the
mean-
fuck?
They stabbed a lot.
Yeah, but like, there's not even blood on the fucking boxes. How did blood get up there?
I don't know, dude.
What the fuck? Well, this blood's getting sinking to me. That was true of the previous cases, but it was really true this time. Not how much I tried. I couldn't believe it, because the victim was Nagato. And we're not throwing a party, because his death was so normally cruel. Yeah, that I have to agree with. No, it wasn't just that. There's something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. Oh, hey, a sword. Dude, this is rockin'. Ibuki? She came back from the dead just to play a sick track.
She did. She's like, hey, you guys finally dead. Time to jam.
First
This song is called Kill Command, by the way.
Is it real? Oh, that's awesome.
Kill Command.
This is the end credits. I don't care what happens, what other songs. Unless there's a more epic song, this is what
No,
we're
this
doing
was
the
the
end
song
credits.
I planned to play.
Alright, first we need to look at the Monokuma file. Time for it to give us the bare minimum. Emphasis on bare. I want to fucking... I hate myself for that joke.
April 28th, huh?
His chest was 33 inches.
We're only 4 months and like a couple days past that.
Huh.
Basically the same day.
You know,
Happy birthday,
can we
Nagito,
just like
you're dead.
rest on this nice screen for a moment? This, it was cruel, but like, this is still nice to see. Bob was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monochrome plushie factory. This in town. That's believed to be noon sharp, so he died like. Jesus, it's. Not only is there multiple spear stabs and stuff. Multiple spear stabs, huh?
Is there a no? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach.
Oh, okay, I read that wrong. There are
I
multiple.
was like, where do you
stabbings on
see
each of his
multiple
thighs.
in that first sentence?
Furthermore, there are lacerations on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. I noticed that the rope on his right hand, the rope around his, maybe it got burnt. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed.
Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file?
Yeah, it does have video playback. Okay, I don't want to see that actually. Huh? Again, but what's wrong with it? It doesn't tell us who the killer is. Unless they have spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Yeah, the rope around his left hand, his right hand is burnt. The one with the knife in it. But like this, nothing else got burnt. Why did only that get burned? That's interesting. In fact, none of the area around him is burned, even where the rope is. I wonder if that's. I think I'm overthinking that. Because maybe they just didn't want to edit that. From what they last week. Why is that? Also, what's next to him? There's something else blood. There's also blood scattered randomly from the Monokuma that got straight up fucking shots to the blood up there. There's a lot of unanswered questions here. Maybe they.
With your cat backpack.
I'm wondering if like this is absurd considering like I wonder if they had him. But I like to imagine they had him like dangling up there and they threw the spear into his chest, which would be insane.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow! Ow! Now my stomach hurts.
The spear did. All right, that made it hurt, but the spear in general didn't.
I mean, when you give it a reason.
Yeah, the reason was he was fucking stabbed with it.
No, when you give it like. Not a reason,
A miming.
No, a way it happened. When you give away it happened.
Oh.
Because then you can imagine it happening. As
Yeah.
opposed to just being like, huh.
Well, I mean, in
I don't
the
know if that makes
instance
sense.
here, it's just like he was like tied up like this, and someone just drove it into his stomach, after stabbing every other part of his body. Anyway, it's
Poor kid.
definitely weird.
That's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for.
Don't worry for form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. You might figure out it was me because I truly just fucking hate him. We can discuss.
We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss.
True.
Well, I guess you're right. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. We'll start at the back of the warehouse. Since the current blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by sprinklers that much. But if it wasn't affected by sprinklers, how did the burn... I'm so fascinated by this. Never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. You didn't? Honestly, he was I voted him most likely to die. Everyone kind
You
of
did,
fucking
and
hated
then
him.
you did, and then you were like, well, there's no way this guy can die.
Yeah, because he was the investigation buddy.
Yeah, he was your Kyoko.
He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. I had to... At this point, I kind of assume it's either whoever... God, there's so many people here. Oh, great. The thing's inverted again. I love when it does that. Alright, first things first. What the... Can I not examine this?
Nope.
Why can't... There's blood up there! That's the thing that most fascinated me.
No, you gotta investigate some
Alright, so
before
the
you
fire
get there.
grenades, the fire grenades over here. There's a lighter? Yeah, there's a lighter. I'm seeing what there is. Alright, let's start with this. This also fascinates me. Monk was dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey! No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding, I'm not dead. Unfortunately. This would have been a double whammy of like, I'm so happy if you had died. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you were taking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you.
Or it's dark.
You're a stuffed animal too.
Don't put oversized garbage there, it's so misleading.
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Why'd he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed and going through the troll, dirtying the hole with blood. Did you try to imitate Nagato's body or something? It is stabbed like exactly the same. Maybe it was over his stomach. I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying.
That's the thing. When the bear says something, I truly have no reason not to believe him, and I
The
kind of hate
bear
that.
almost always tells the truth.
Yeah.
And if he's not telling the truth, he'll always say, like, just kidding or something right after.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. Ooh,
He's
huh?
almost never lying, in
Oh
fact.
my goodness.
In fact, I feel like you lie more than he does, because you have never said one true thing. You seem more pissed than usual these days, mon ami. Have you but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. Punch her, punch her, punch her. Damn.
Oh, through your threats, I'll fight you until the very end. My eyes itch. That's not the line. I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. You want world supremacy now?
I guess she wants to take over the world. By God. She's the traitor. I never trusted her from the beginning, so that makes sense. Wasn't Monokuma strict, and who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nocturne's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident.
Seriously, why don't we have anything that can test blood? Like, seriously.
Because Monokuma's not fair. He, like...
No, he's extremely fair. But he's also a shithead.
The only person here who could have done... on his side who could have done that is Mikon, but she, murdered, so she's gone.
Well, she'd still need the tools to test it.
Yeah.
You can't... believe
none
it or
of us
not,
else would figure
believe it
that
or not,
out.
you can't just look at someone's blood and go, that's someone's blood. I know exactly
you
who
can't?
this is. No.
Ah, this is... it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. Also, it looks like it find extensive damage here. The oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Then why didn't you start with that?
Lightening the mood. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Yeah, that is how an oil lighter works. Thank you.
That's how things work.
I'm glad you explained the basic
So
concept
using
of a
that,
Zippo.
the curtain was set on fire.
Oh, that's
Okay, but that doesn't... Okay, so... what? Maybe there's a lot going on here that's weird with this. Using the oil light, huh? Do you think the killer set some sort of trick with it?
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire.
They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's not exactly what a killer set fire to the crime scene. But they didn't destroy any of the evidence. In fact, they actually left more evidence with this.
I mean, it honestly probably would have looked the same if they hadn't set the fire.
Yeah. Look at all the... can I just say this kind of makes me happy? All these burnt Monokumas.
Yeah, it's a nice sight, isn't it?
Let's check the fire grenades. I kind of watch...
Fascinating. They're so fascinating to me. I'm like, why don't we have these?
Yeah, fire grenades are a real thing, aren't they?
I assume so.
I don't know, we could look them up. I've never... I imagine there is something called a fire grenade, but it's not usually used for putting out a fire. There's like a bunch of plastic balls. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... the fire grenades we threw? Fire grenades are used to put out the fire. Congratulations, Hajime. You get the, fucking Use Your Eyes awards.
Oh, interesting. Wikipedia says fire grenade. Plural, fire grenades. In case you didn't know.
Oh, thank
Then
God.
it says obsolete, 19th century firefighting. A glass bulb filled with caustic and often carcinogenic liquid chemicals that, when thrown and broken in a fire, smother the fire by removing oxygen.
Wait, when did it say they went out of?
19th century.
So,
Are fire grenades still used?
so like 2 centuries
They're
ago.
collectible today. They may come in many different colors and shapes. If you're lucky enough to find one, remember, they were made to be broken and destroyed, so use extreme caution in handling these grenades. Today, the fire grenade has been replaced by fire extinguishers.
Interesting. It's weird that they have them.
Yeah, so
here.
they used to just be little, like, light bulbs.
Yeah, they definitely look like light bulbs.
That's so cute. They look like little light bulbs.
If I was only standing next to sprinklers. Well, nonetheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Should probably add to the truth bolts, though, just in case. Alright, what else can I check before I start talking to people? I checked the lighter, I checked the fire grenades, the only thing left is, Nocto. I unfortunately can't check the fucking rafter where there's blood. Alright, let's check out Nagato before I start talking to people. I never expected Nagato.
Makito.
I never expected Nagato to die like this. Honestly, I kind of think expected him to die in a much harsher fashion because no one here really liked him. Now, okay, so now looking at this, the fire damage does cut off right where the rope cuts off. There still should be remnants of like where the rope burns. So I'm fascinated by this. Maybe this is like some mislead because his hand. It's also the hand that's stabbed. So there might be something very specific going on here. Oh, I'm just overthinking again. Like that rope could mean jack and shit. He's always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. Even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times where we were only able to reach truth because of him.
Yeah, so now we're fucked.
Yeah, we're honestly, like, I expect to die in 5 seconds without his help. But everything good and bad about him is gone. I'll never be confused by him again. I'll be saved by him again. No, now's the time to think about unnecessary things, like how gay I am. Fuck! I need.
Like how my penis is totally going doki doki right now.
What if he just suddenly realized, huh, I guess he was kind of hot. I need to focus on the investigation right now.
Imagine if Hajime was just like Dennis, right? And he saw a dead body and was like, Sparky big time.
Dennis from what? I'm trying to think.
BTK.
Oh.
Sparky big time is what he would call his orgasms.
That sounds like something a
Dennis
kid
Rader
who doesn't understand.
Dennis Rader, man.
That's like
is so stupid.
It's like online with the whole butterscreamy goo thing in South Park. But now I need to investigate everything about this boy that catches my eye.
If anyone's ever gonna look up a serial killer, seriously, BTK, Dennis Rader.
Oh come on! Let me check out the things I want to check out. Alright, so I can check out the spear, but I can't check out this bloody fucking I hate this. I guess it's technically part of the spear. Spear that has flashy ornament on it. With a flashy ornament on it impaled deeply in the sun. Are we not going to ask why the other end is covered in blood? Maybe this was somehow wrapped around top. Oh! It like, that's a weight. So I wonder if somehow it was set up so that that weight would give out and the spear would fall on him. That would explain why there's blood up there. Huh. So it was like, oh, that makes sense. It's a pulley system with the spear. The spear was a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply on the stomach. So this was set up a while back.
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? The cord extends from the tip of the of the handle. There's 9 weight attached to it. I see. If you use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver a final blow with the spear. These are actual spears that you can look up. They actually were used for a long time. They require a lot of skill to use. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gunlayer, right? You definitely just can't get that now. By the way, I want to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. Sorry. What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice. Damn you all to hell. Let's see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle.
I didn't really find a good picture of one that is similar
To this one?
to those. Yeah.
That's what. So the spear's from Nezumi Castle. I thought it was some weird. It looked like a weird tool at first, but I guess it is just a spear. More importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catch my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord is coming out of the handle. Looks like a part has blood on it too. But for some reason, the selection of the cord doesn't. This section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Interesting. That must have been where it was attached to something then. So something else with blood on it would likely. I wonder if like the blood got on the end from like splatter from the stab wounds in his arms and legs. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this. Was he holding onto it himself? That would make sense. His hand over there is bloody except for the palm. So was he holding onto it himself? Maybe eventually his grip just gave out and it fell. Interesting. Matsuyaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. Might be better if I confirm that later.
His coat looks like a 8-bit castle.
You just now notice this? I actually really like his coat.
Yeah, like the bottom of it. It looks like a little 8-bit castle.
Yeah.
Or an 8-bit penis, you know.
But yeah,
Whatever you feel.
only the palm of his left hand isn't bloodied, which is interesting because everything around it is. So he said it was about the size of a fist. So I wonder if Nagato was holding onto it with his left hand. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this one looks like a slice. It's probably the reason why that's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Oh, that would make sense. Because if you stabbed his legs, he wouldn't be able to use them. If you sliced him, he'd slowly lose blood from it. Which means he'd slowly lose the grip. Oh, this is actually coming together very nicely. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound with blood everywhere.
Nah, it's just pink Kool-Aid. You guys need to chill out.
Yeah, so based on what I can gather is the killer likely seems to have tied him up, then had him hold on to the spear. This is just based on the first look. Stabbed his legs, sliced his arm so that way he would slowly lose his grip, and then that's how the blood got on it, like on the end, because he was holding on to it. Then eventually he gave out. His grip just fell. It fell through his hands, and that's how the blood got up there when the weight went over, and then it impaled him. Just based on the first look at this, like there's a lot. There's something strange. Sorry, like just looking at this, I'm in this now.
I let you talk, and you repay me by taking my line.
Yes, strange what?
See? Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood can reach when it's spot. It goes up to his fingers, dumbass. Are you stupid? Like,
Yes.
you could literally...
Well, that would explain the blood in his palm, but
Well... Something else that's strange.
when you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, here, there's also blood, but only above the middle joints of each finger.
Yeah, so, to demonstrate, if he was holding... Yeah, he's definitely holding something when he was stabbed. So he was holding that, yeah, this makes perfect sense. So he was holding the weight of the spear, so that way it wouldn't fall. He was holding on to it. Then someone sliced his hands, and that's why the blood is, like, right... It's sliced right about, we'll say right here. So they sliced about right here, then blood splattered up to here, and got on the tips, but didn't on his palm because it was blocked by the back of his hands. So he was holding that weight when he was sliced. You're right. Why is it only this part?
Sliced like he's a ham.
I mean, how sliced,
I know,
stabbed,
but just
shanked.
the way.
What
Well,
the fuck do you want me to say?
I would more so say stabbed.
Yeah. Well, no, they said
When
that
he was,
they said
I
right
would
here
say
was
when he was.
slices.
I would say when he was attacked, maybe. I don't know. Just saying when he was sliced makes it sound like he's a ham.
Slashed. We'll say slashed.
Slash
Better?
sounds better.
All right,
Slice
so
sounds like he's a ham.
Because like there was stabs on his legs, but the wounds on his arms were slashes. They said there were slashes that weren't as deep, and that's why I think that was the plan. Like they wanted not as deep slashes, so that way he would gradually lose his grip.
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
She's so cute.
Yeah, sure, you win. I mean, I figured this out before, but like you win. Sure, you don't know I'm here.
You don't know I'm here. That's true.
But it's definitely strange. What can we do to make this blood spatter like that? Hashime,
He'll
you
get
are
there. He'll
5.
figure it out.
You are 20 steps behind me.
He'll
or
figure
like,
it out.
or like I'm way off. Like that's always a possibility. Like every time, there's a chance that I am horribly wrong. All right, let's look at his let's say the face for last. Even I don't want to look at his face. Like that's horrific. Naruto's right wrist is tied with rope. Looks like the tip of the rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? That's weird. If the rope burned off like this, why Naruto's clothes completely on? Yeah, this is because the blaze also goes up to over his arm. There's a lot weird here. This blaze doesn't make sense. I truly think that. I think that the fire was set in a way so that it seems like he died either like, during the fire, but I think he might have been dead well before. Because I think they burnt the rope, because the rest of the rope is nowhere to be seen, and stabbed his hand like that so he couldn't use it. That's what I'm guessing. Burned rope has been added. Yeah, I think the rope was burnt before this. Alright, let's look at the knife. Because this seems to be used to keep his hand in place. Knife is stabbed through Nagato's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could he do something so cruel? I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep his hand in place.
This knife, it must be from the military base.
The military base you were at? Sorry, I'm just in accusatory mode. Military base. Ah, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife.
You don't say. Sorry, I'm also in a sarcastic phase. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagato's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand.
It cannot be.
You're like, well, I don't need this shit anymore.
You're really uncomfortable by this.
And then they finished him off with a spear. How cruel.
She said it.
I mean, I'm the same way. You can see me like rubbing the palm of my hand, and that's why I turned off my alarm. Then, does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a spear and a knife, which they had to get from multiple places too? They could just kill him by stabbing with the knife. Why didn't they use the spear at all? To make this more...
Theater!
You were right. That is definitely strange.
Maybe? Does it technically count as suicide if you let go of it? I don't think so. Like, it would be really dumb if someone did all this to him and it counts as suicide because he
they
let
don't
go
get
of
the credit.
Yeah.
They're just at the end they're like, fuck you, I did all this shit.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, that would be very smart. Like, if that was the case. It would really suck if this technically counted as a suicide.
Was there a specific reason to use it?
I mean... Is it weird that I'm trying to think of, is there a way that he could have done this to himself? I mean, technically there is. Because, like I've established, the killing blow from the spear was technically done by him. So what if he, like... He had, and with the burn rope, he had one hand free the whole time. So what if he just, like...
Well, no, because how would he get the knife into his own hand like that? With the other hand tied up?
Well, I mean, he might have just, like, shoved it in his mouth. Like, see where it's, like, super indented? He was holding it with his mouth,
But
and then
he,
just,
like-
went, like, shh, and then, like, put his hand down. I mean, I really don't believe he did this to himself. If he
I'm trying
did,
to figure out how he would do that.
if he somehow did this to himself, that would be very impressive. But I don't think that's the case. I do think he was murdered. But it's very hard to, like, nail down a suspect, because... I mean, everyone here, there was no one here who really liked Nagato.
Yeah.
Alright, what have I looked at? I looked at his hands. I guess I should look at his legs.
His legs and his face, yeah.
Or his feet. Let's look at his feet. Both Nagato's legs are tied up. No shit! Each rope is tied to the pills nearby. You haven't been able to move at all. God, why do we keep getting into Nagato's kinks? This is the second time he's been tied up. By
I
God,
mean, if he
it was soda! I'm just saying that for the sake of I want it to be.
If he wasn't dead, you probably would see his erection.
Rigor mortis sets in. Going to the Monokuma files, the wound
I'm not adding
all
that to my
stab
search
wounds.
history. I was gonna look up if rigor mortis set in while you had an erection, if it would stay with the erection. I'm very curious, but I'm not adding that to my search history.
There's actually really kinky sex gone wrong. Does it mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagato, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that? I wonder if they stabbed his legs before they tied him up. Like,
So that they could tie him up.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, wild. He's a wily one.
I mean, either way would make sense. Like, they tied him up and then tortured him.
Maybe they tied him up because they were gonna do, you know, Sparky Big Time, and then they decided instead to kill. He was like, ew, I don't want to have sex with you. And they're like, alright, you know what, you're dead.
By God, it really was soda. At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. Killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Wow, that really levels down the playing field.
Yeah, for real.
Or they might have been torturing him. Wow, that really levels down the playing field. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have stabbed him once in the chest, right? Yeah, but that doesn't create a mystery.
Yeah, but that's effort.
Honestly, if honestly, the thing about this game and Phoenix Wright, someone just killed these people simply. Like, if it wasn't these elaborate schemes, like, it would honestly be, they'd honestly be more likely to get away with it, you know?
Yeah, but no, they gotta be all fancy and shit.
They gotta do the whole thing of him holding the spear up, and then they slice his arms, and then it goes over the thing, hits, bloodies it. Like, honestly, there's so much evidence against them now. Well, I guess to how it happens, we really don't know who it is. Like, it's probably gonna be something during the case where it's like they speak out of line, and then it's like, oh, I caught that. Like,
how'd you know that?
Like the last case
Like
where it's like, you should have not heard that. Or the second case in the last game where it's like, how'd you know what color?
I was gonna say, like, the instance where you just refused to pick up on what was going on.
Yeah. I didn't do that this time, though.
You did not.
Even with a bro. Which means the wounds all over Nocto's body were from the killer torturing him.
Jesus.
If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nocto confess? Who was the traitor? Was it something that could have led to the traitor?
Maybe, or it was just the fact that he knows apparently everything. So they're like, alright, I need you to tell me everything, you fucking asshole.
Believe it, this was torture. There's no doubt the killer must have held deep grudge towards Nocto. Wow, you know, I'm sick of this. If you didn't let him die easily, I could totally understand dark impulse like that.
Did you just admit to killing him?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here is going to say something about how much they fucking hate Nagato.
Yeah.
So it's not really a mission of guilt.
Yeah.
And if they held a grudge against them, would they really have gone this far? Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Would
Look
they really
at
have gone this far? I don't know. Maybe if this was a simulation, we could think and be like,
But
I
God,
don't know,
it is
would
the
anyone
Matrix.
really do that? But this is real life, and this is in front of our faces. So yes, clearly.
I mean, this is a simulation. I can reload the save right now.
No,
I'm not
don't.
going to.
Don't.
I'm not going to do it for a bit. Alright, let's check his face and end this. We're going to 50 minutes. Must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonized look on his face. When he died. Or he was just like having the best orgasm of his life.
Man, his orgasm face is real weird then.
His mouth
Looks
is
a
covered with
lot
duct tape.
like a, oh my god, I'm dying, someone help me, this sucks.
I mean, both can happen at the same time. Especially with this fuck. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nocto from screaming for help? Yes. That's usually what duct tape is for. Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. What's about all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at it.
Really?
Really? That's what
Really?
stopped... How are we able to look at the rest of this? But the duct tape? The duct tape makes it bearable. Fucking hell.
Ah, got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Fucking move.
I gotta poke the body. Jackie moved past Kazuichi and me, squat down next to Naga's face, and just poke.
And just
Poke.
Squeeze, squeeze.
And once with the moon, she whipped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing? We gotta examine it. Maybe there's something in his mouth. Hajime, you reach in.
Ah, it'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
I mean, we do kind of have to investigate.
Hey.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. Don't be rude. You're gonna get cursed.
Oh, the blood on Nagato's face. It looks like it mostly came from all the slices on his left arm. If that's the case...
It's no use, she's not listening. I mean, I'd barely listen to you, too.
Hey, what the blood splattered on his face?
I would totally ignore you if I wasn't doing your voice.
There's no blood under the duct tape.
Yeah, so it splattered over it. So the duct tape was on when he was stabbed. What's wrong with that?
Well, this duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagato was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Yeah. Seriously, what's wrong with that? Which means Nagato's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. What's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? Yeah, I think he's been here for a while. I don't really get it, but put the duct tape back on his mouth already. There are suspects. Who was checking out the fifth island? It was Fuyuhiko, right? And then Sonia was here for no real reason.
Fuyuhiko was on the fifth island. Sonia was investigating the
military base.
military base.
Where she said the knife was probably from. I wonder what she found there. She was investigating something. And then she was the last person to arrive. She is actually kind of lead suspect right now because being the last person to arrive, it does give her an opportunity to set something like this up.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
I really hope it's not Sonya though.
Oh man, she even got the sucked inness of the duct tape back correctly.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive. I mean, this might be kind of a clue too. I should remember it. I wonder how long he's been here. He might have been here since.
I also like the way that they peel it off like this, as if it's clearly not just one that you would go from one side to the other.
Yeah. Though, like, looking at the way it is, you can tell that, like, it's duct tape. Like, there's two parts of the duct tape over his mouth.
Yeah.
I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Naruto's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body.
And didn't throw up. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed. Oh, there it is. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate said body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible.
And I'm not even phased.
And I had to investigate the death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as this?
It's been a couple days, so.
I'm becoming abnormal too. Alright. I guess we'll talk to... That's all we can investigate, so I guess we'll start collecting statements after. Start with Sonya, because she actually is lead suspect.
Alright.
Sonya, my bro loves you. Don't make me do this.
Don't make me do.
Don't do this.